All right, episode 10, season finale, the dark one. So this starts with this Ash versus Amanda fight, which is just awesome. It's bloody, it's gory, it's funny, it's everything you want it to be. Takes a chainsaw and cuts her right in half the way it should be. Fucking fantastic. Then Ash goes and he cuts his way, gets into the fruit cellar, and falls down in there, and this is when he's taken back in time and thinks this whole thing was a dream. And Ruby is there, and she offers him everything he's ever wanted, which is to go away, leave the book behind, and go to Jacksonville, Florida, which is where he was supposed to go originally. That has been his dream forever. And he rejects it. And we also find out that Ash hates the movie The Godfather because it doesn't have enough boobies in it. I can understand that. The bug scene where Heather has all the bugs crawling up her skin and her body, disgusting. Disgusting, terrifying, holy shit. Oh my god, no, I couldn't. And then the cabin launches Kelly outside, and we get to see, inside the Necronomicon, we get to see the drawing of Ash in medieval times, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, a little callback. We see it in Evil Dead 2, but obviously it's a reference to Ash, or Ash versus the Army of Darkness, which was the real title. And then we also get moments where his sleeves are ripped off. Very, very Army of Darkness as well. So I'm liking the Army of Darkness stuff. Yes, that happens as well in Evil Dead 2, but it's more prominent in Army. At least I think. Yeah. Yeah, his shirt, like his sleeves are cut off for the whole opening, right? Yeah, and the whole ending of 2. But it's just, I don't know, it just reminds me a lot of Army of Darkness. And love to see Jake's body down there. That's really cool. That Jake's body is down in the fruit cellar. I love seeing that kind of stuff. Just callbacks to other movies. Love that in this show. And we get to see this like freaking kid that comes out of Pablo's mouth, and this, like, I don't know what the hell this thing is, and this evil kid, which there seems to be multiple ones of them throughout this episode, I don't know, births itself out of there and like runs up and like digs itself up through the ground. Pretty gnarly stuff. We get Linda's chant from the original, which I thought was really cool to hear. And Heather, poor Heather, man. She's in the house all by herself. She's screaming. She needs help. And she gets nails start coming out of the house's walls. Like all the nails start getting pulled out of the walls. And they're hitting her from every direction. Some in the face, some in the legs, some in the chest. And then the freaking, her body, like the place explodes with blood. The whole window explodes with blood. And then they show Heather. And I don't really see any damage to her body. So I'm not exactly sure where the blood came from. There's some on her head a little bit, but not enough to cover an entire. Although in Evil Dead, a drop of blood becomes a gallon of blood. A gallon of blood becomes a river of blood. So I guess all you need is like a sprinkle of blood, and that's a freaking bucket hitting the window there. But then, yeah, the door opens after freaking Kelly's out there, and boom, she gets hit with a tidal wave of blood. I mean, just a rocket of blood. It's crazy. And she gets thrown back, and Heather's body just gets thrown out. A torso, arms, a head, everything is just mangled, mutilated corpse. And Heather's head even rolls over and starts talking to her. It's a gnarly scene. I just adored it. And then yeah, so Kelly sets the house on fire, which then I guess breaks its little spell. I don't know, lets her in the house. Ash gets into a fight with that kid, and he sticks. This is one of the coolest scenes of the entire show for me so far. He takes the fucking boomstick, he shoves it down the kid's throat, lifts the kid up in the air with the shotgun still, direct straight through this fucking kid, pulls the trigger, blows his whole body off, and his head and the mouth and everything are still sitting there on the end of his shotgun. It's one of the coolest fucking like shotgun scenes I've ever seen in anything. I like gawked. I was like, oh my god, like it was fabulous. That was so damn cool, man. And Pablo's forgetfulness saved his life. Ash was gonna kill him with the chainsaw, or at least he was getting it pulled into him. And because Pablo forgot to tell him to gas it up, it ends up saving his life. And then, yeah, it's all coming down to the end here. And Ash being Ash, he takes the deal. You'll never see this from any other lead character like this. Ash is just Mr. Selfish, Mr. doesn't care. Is like, you can give me what I want, things will probably be okay. This moment is so Ash. This is so Ash from like Army of Darkness. Like, I didn't say every single syllable. It's like, it'll probably be okay. Like, Klaatu, Veratu. All right then. I said them. It's like, he's such a half-asser, and he's so, selfish. And I love this scene that he actually takes the deal. And then they drive off and they're like, you don't actually think this is going to win? He's like, what is my deal? You're like, this isn't my problem. We're fine. And he's driving and the fucking world's like collapsing behind him. And he has this look on his face of like, yeah, maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. All I care about is me and saving you guys. But he really does genuinely care about Kelly and Pablo here. So I do feel that from him, because he makes sure that they're in the deal. And also in that deal, he needs either $10,000, which she rejects immediately. $10,000. I love that. Reminds me of a lot of scenes. I'm not going to get into a lot of them. But because she rejects that immediately by saying that she's not a bank, he's like, all right, at least you got gas money, right? He wants gas money. It's so Ash. It's such a perfect fucking end. It's such a perfect season. What a fabulous thing. Even if we never got another thing, this would have been plenty. The fact that I have 2 more seasons is awesome. All right, guys. So I will not be doing Slasher Sunday or Monster Monday this week, nor will I be doing any videos for days to come. I am going on vacation starting as soon as I press stop. Getting up tomorrow, going to California for like 5 days, taking my kids to Disneyland. So you won't be seeing me for a while. Until then, I'll see you guys. Good night. Adios.